Thought Bubble Audio.
Sauron could not find eye drops to quelch his hatred. Okay, I'm good.
Look, up in the sky.
You will never find the more wretched hive of scum and villainy.
Welcome to Beer with Geeks with Tim and Frank.
Who are you?
I'm Batman.
I am Iron Man.
Your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Hi, Christopher. I'm Nero.
My name is Inigo Montoya.
You're a wizard, Harry.
A couple of guys with a couple of beers and a whole lot of pop culture nostalgia.
Make it so, number one.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Beatles.
Named the dog Indiana.
Life finds a way.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Now sit back and crack open a cold one, because it's time for Beer with Geeks.
It comes in paints.
Shaken, not stirred.
Great Scott!
I was way off. I knew it started with an S, though.
I got it.
Like his heart.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm good.
Okay.
Hi, and welcome to Beer with Geeks, the podcast where we reminisce about our geeky childhoods with our own geeky beer. I'm Tim,
And I'm Frank.
and tonight, Frank and I are both drinking tea.
Well, speak for yourself. I am drinking Twining's English Breakfast Stout.
And Frank and I are both drinking tea.
Yeah.
It is flu season, my friend.
We're old men.
We are old men.
Officially in our mid to late 20s.
I know, so old.
And here we are drinking tea and talking about... What are we talking about?
Today, we are discussing... Hold on, I just need to move my tea closer to me.
Please do.
I'm sorry. Today, we are discussing our favorite big screen baddies.
Oh, yes. The bad
Indeed.
guys.
Indeed, bad
The
guys.
villains.
Everyone's favorite bad guys.
The rogues.
But not Flash's rogues.
No.
Because we have decided that in this iteration of Bad Guy Talk, we are going to leave out all comic book related bad guys. That's a topic unto itself.
Yep.
Every hero is as good as his villain.
Mm.
So we're gonna leave all that off the table
Mm-hmm.
and just all of the other great screen bad guys out there.
No supervillains. Just film baddies.
Mm-hmm.
Who comes to mind? First, when I suggested the topic to you earlier today, I said
Big Dream Bad.
movie bad guys.
Captain Hook.
Captain Hook from
Captain Hook.
from Hook or from Peter Pan.
From actually, it's weird. Captain Hook just generally,
Just in
but
general.
definitely from Hook is my favorite
Okay.
iteration of that character. But I think the Disney one was the one that popped into my head. Like,
Okay.
I was like Captain Hook, even though I haven't seen that film in years.
Yeah.
Years, and he's not menacing in any particular way, really, in that film.
He is when you're a little kid.
When you're a little kid,
Yeah.
which I used to watch all the
Yeah,
time.
same.
But no, Hook is my absolutely favorite. Like,
That's
that
interesting.
was the bad guy that popped into my head.
You know who I would have thought would pop into your head?
Hmm.
Cardinal Richelieu.
He's on my list.
I would have
actually.
Okay.
He is on my list.
Sorry, I didn't mean to take that away from you.
No, it's fine.
You know, since
if
I
you
brought it-
turn around and look at the bookshelf behind you, there's a giant book with his name on it.
Nope.
Yep.
There it is. Richelieu.
No, he is on my list. My list is in no particular order. I just kind of like
Sure.
threw them together.
We can go back and
But-
forth, but since I already spoiled Richelieu, why don't you go ahead and talk about Richelieu? and then-
Okay, well, Cardinal Richelieu is the big baddie, or one of the baddies from the Three Musketeers.
Yes.
And so, but he's one we've talked about it before. I've always kind of been infatuated with that story. I love the time period. I love the Musketeers. I love all of it back and forth.
Do
back
love
and forth.
collecting as many editions of the book as you possibly
Yes,
can.
I do. It doesn't outnumber the amount of copies of Lord of the Rings that I have.
True.
But there you are.
You never know, though.
And so, but I like Richelieu a lot because my family on my mother's side were very important aristocrats in the in French aristocracy, blah 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 blah. And all of that aside, when Cardinal Richelieu was like, I want to start my own absolute monarchy, one of my ancestors was like, absolutely not, you can't do that, for I am the Constable of France. And Richelieu was like, psh, I don't care. And he beheaded him. And so I've always had this kind of connection to Cardinal Richelieu in a way that I was like, oh my God, you did to like, you were a baddie in real life to my family the way that you were to the Musketeers.
That's right.
And so that's just always been very intriguing to me.
That is super cool.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, I also like Sauron, not just because of Lord of the Rings, but Sauron was based on Guy de Rain, who I'm also related to.
Of course.
So
Yeah.
you know, that's super cool. I got Constable of France, boo you and bad things. Then I get Guy de Rain, who's like, I like killing children. La 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 la.
I have this theory about you.
Yeah. What is that?
That you are actually Vandal Savage, and that you've actually been alive for all these years.
Well, Frank.
Killing musketeers, sewing Halloween costumes in your near your fireplace.
Well, Frank,
Why is that a red pen?
I
What's
see-
that?
Ah! The blood will mix it with the red ink.
No one will ever know.
No one will ever know.
Thank you, Papermate.
Was that a paper?
I don't know.
I would have laughed if it was. Oh, it was Profile.
Well, if Profile or Papermate want to sponsor the show, it'll be whatever they want.
Contact us at beerwithgeeks
There
at
you go.
gmail.com.
Hey.
All right. So that was those are two of mine. So give me two of yours.
Okay, so it's funny that Captain Hook was the first one you thought of, because the first thing that I thought of when I
Crocodile from Peter Pan.
Yes.
Was it really?
No.
I hate you.
It was actually, oddly enough, I don't know why. I actually haven't thought about this in a long time, but the first thing that came to my mind was Randall from Monsters Inc.
Really?
Yes.
What? Why are our favorite like the ones that popped into our head?
I didn't
Why,
say
like,
my favorite. I said the
No.
first one that came to my
No,
mind.
that was Captain Hook was the one that came into my
Yeah,
head.
yeah.
So, but like, arguably our favorite because they were the first ones to pop into our head.
I mean, all right. I mean,
Arguably not. I'm not making the argument for it.
Yeah, I'm arguing against it,
Somebody
so-
could argue
okay,
for it.
fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, Randall. Why Randall? Because he is everything that Sid from Toy Story wished he was.
That is true.
He is smart to a point. Except that he picked what's his name to be his sidekick.
Mhm.
But he is smart. He is just evil to the core. He has his agenda. His his one thing that he is going for, his goal, and then he works towards that goal for the entire movie. It stops at nothing. He's got sort of the classic Disney villain problem where he gets too involved in his
own plans.
He has the dumb sidekick, and so he has to always get involved, and things end up going south. But
He's got the weird Disney villain, like creepy, like hunched shoulder.
yes,
Captain Hooky,
Captain.
almost.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ka from Jungle Book.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
Slytherin. You can't see me Slytherin right now, but I
No,
am.
but he is.
Yeah.
He is. Yeah.
Yeah. Basically doing Anaconda right now.
Yeah. My Anaconda. Don't want to see that again. Go.
Nope.
Go. Bye.
Arguably, the Anaconda is not one of my favorite screen villains.
Let's see. But then I would also say the first like real villain that comes to my mind is actually Blofeld from James Bond films.
Interesting.
Yeah, when I think of
Do you want to hold my cat while you talk about him? That's not a no.
it's we're here. Here, kitty. I think Blofeld. What hasn't been said about Blofeld already? I don't think we actually really talked much about Blofeld in our 007 episode.
We didn't really talk about the villains at all. I
No.
think the closest we got to talking about villains was Alex Trevelyan.
Yes.
And what's his name? The guy, Casino Royale, the villain.
Oh,
It's not Rushford.
no, it's a French name. But I know who you're talking about. The guy with who cries blood.
That's the one.
Yeah. No, that's he's also a great villain. And when you say it, it's gonna drive me nuts. Lashif, yes.
I knew it was real. It's Matt Milkinson. It's Hannibal Lecter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I could not think of his name.
Lashif. No, but Blofeld is the classic Bond villain. He is the prototype for
Dr. Evil.
Yes, that is definitely true.
Also one of my favorite screen villains. Just saying. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's classic. But really, like, he just so epic that he had to be played by more than one actor. Through the several different films. He is, to me, I think, like what every good movie villain since has been based on.
Even some comic villains have been placed on Blofeld.
Absolutely.
Like, because
Absolutely.
he's like he's so malevolent, malicious.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, so those are your.
Yeah, those are my two. I guess. Yeah, those are my first two.
Okay.
I think. In particular, I'm thinking of, Blofeld as played by, Donald Pleasance specifically.
Right. Oh yeah, always Donald Pleasance. Yeah. He had the blackest eyes.
Yes.
The devil's eyes. That was my first Donald Pleasance experience.
No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die.
Hey. Yes, I guess.
Sorry, I had to say
that's not him. Yeah,
I know, but I just had to say it.
at
I know.
all. Right.
I know. I still.
Okay.
I just had
You
to.
had to say it anyway.
I had to. It was
Okay.
there. It was right there. How could I know?
How do you judge movie bad guy? Like
By
by
the movie poster. That's it. Just entirely by movie by just no
movie poster.
Yeah, no, I'm kidding.
No.
Expand on the question.
How do you judge that they're your favorite?
Oh, how do I judge my favorite?
It wasn't that hard of a question.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't know if you meant like how do you?
No, I know. I'm just
who do you consider a
just
movie?
pulling your leg. Okay, you could also. That's a different question. What
yeah.
do you consider a movie villain?
Right.
Because I could consider Jaws the villain of Jaws.
Right. I would not.
But I'm not going to because
Yeah.
he was a poor defenseless creature who was just scared in the water.
Yep.
He was trapped in Cape Cod or Martha's Vineyard. Shoot.
Amity Island.
Amity Island, which was filmed on Martha's Vineyard. There it is. Anyway.
You're going to need a bigger boat.
Mm-hmm.
I do think, how do you judge? I personally am judging on a couple of criteria. How evil are they, right? How like truly evil are they? Are they just like, I mean, Dr. Evil, as much as he is...
Well, it's a comedy.
Right.
So
that's hard to take it seriously, right?
I think he's really the only one on my list.
Okay.
He's the only one on my list that like hits like comedy villain.
And you could say like Monsters Inc. or even Peter Pan, like those are family movies. So like,
Yeah.
but in the movies are meant to be taken somewhat seriously, right, by their target audience. They're not parodies.
It's not a parody. It's not a spoof.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. Right. Okay. All right. So that's a huge how evil they are.
How evil they are. How menacing they are. How scary they are to me as the audience, and how entertained I am by them.
Interesting.
By
Okay.
their
No, those
evilness.
are all good things. I had one more category into that.
Okay.
How punchable are they? How much do I want to punch them in the face? Because some like very rarely, but some characters just really anger you so much that you just wow right to the classic.
Yeah.
I have a couple of those.
Please.
Actually, I really only have two of those that I've ever really felt that way that I can think. Actually, no, that's not true. I have a lot. I'm looking at the list. I'm like, no, I would do that. No, I would do that. No, I would do that. All right. So I'm just gonna I'm gonna put them together. One I would punch and one I wouldn't because I'd be afraid.
Okay.
Dolores Umbridge from Harry Potter. I want to punch her so bad. She has never ever. I mean, my righteous anger comes from the book first and then from the film. But I think she's a little bit more evil.
Okay. Yeah.
She is in the film. But I want to punch her so bad. She is the devil. Like you can say all you want about Voldemort and how evil he is.
Yes.
I was more angry and like upset about anything Dolores Umbridge did than anything Voldemort
interesting.
did. Maybe because he is the big baddie, so you expect those things of him. But she as being like almost like on the level, or even just like in a position of authority in which you should be good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're not the outside rebel.
You should trust her. You should.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I get that.
Yeah, so she's my absolute.
That's a good pick.
She is my absolute punchable one, and like props to Voldemort for being Voldemort because he's like there's a scary. Ralph Fiennes was a very scary movie.
Yes.
Like a couple of times. I also want to punch him in Schindler's List too, but
whereas
that bordered on real life, I wanted to avoid that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Your turn.
Okay, my turn. Next up.
Don't worry, I have a huge list. So if you run
we can
out,
go all night.
Go all night, yeah. Don't you worry.
Don't you worry, child.
You're avoiding the question. I'm drinking your tea.
It's beer with tea, tea with beer, tea with geeks with tea.
Geeks with tea. It's a whole different podcast altogether. And so, what do you think of Mr. Darcy? Oh, he is the absolute worst. He is really is the villain of the story.
screen villain.
He is the villain of the story.
Absolutely. We said no superhero villains.
Didn't mean I couldn't make a obscure small.
Of course it does.
Yeah.
Of course that's what it means.
Yeah.
No. I have a lot of Disney ones.
I was actually trying to avoid the Disney ones.
I am too. That's actually why I'm kind of running around. I'm like, nope, that's Disney. Nope, that's
I have
Disney.
a Disney one, so do your Disney one, and I'll do my other Disney one.
Okay.
Because I could could all of them.
Oh well, yeah.
Mickey's House of Villains.
Now this is one that, well, yeah, this actually kind of, I'm thinking, how does he fit all the criteria? Prince John from Robin Hood.
Oh, Prince John, such a. I don't.
No, he's a joke of a villain.
Yeah, no, I was going.
Too late to be known as John the First. He's sure to be known as John the Worst.
Robin Hood, little John,
I'm walking through the forest, little alley, oodle alley, jolly what a day.
Oh, I love that song. It's got stuck in my head forever.
Anyway, Prince John, let's go down the list of criteria. He is very, very evil. Yes.
Yeah.
He's
I'm really trying really hard not to say bag. Not teabag. D-bag.
Oh, beer with
I didn't spike the tea.
No, I did. He's evil. He enjoys. It's not Earl Grey though. It's English breakfast.
Shut up. Tell me why Prince John.
I enjoy his being evil. I find him menacing. I would not want him to be my prince, king, whatever.
No, of course.
And whatever that third one was that I said.
Yeah, right. His punchability.
That was your fourth one. Punchability factor 1,000 though.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Right in the giant nose.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Just knock that crown right off his head.
That's good. Okay, so let's go through our Disney ones rapid fire. Okay. So
all of them.
Also a D-bag.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
True.
Still the just awful man. Lion.
Awful lion.
Awful man, lion.
Bad lion man.
Lion man. Okay.
Weep little lion man. Sorry.
Oh, obscure song.
Not really at all.
Well,
it's Mumford & Sons. It's not obscure.
All right. Let me. How do I do this differently? A song nobody sings on a podcast when we're talking about Disney villains.
What kind of podcast are you listening to?
Not ones where people sing Mumford & Sons.
Then you listen to the wrong ones.
I'm just listening to Mumford & Sons. Why would I listen to people sing about Mumford & Sons on a podcast when I could just listen to Mumford & Sons?
Are you saying you don't like my voice? I
didn't say you don't have a Mumford & Sons podcast, Frank. I know. I've looked for it. All right. Anyway, Scar, Maleficent.
Ooh, yes. Now, have you seen the Maleficent movie?
Yeah.
Oh, how was it? Because it didn't look like something I wanted to see.
Here's the thing. You know the scene in the trailer where she's like, I curse the firstborn, blah, blah, blah. That's the only time she's evil in the whole thing.
Got it.
And then very next scene, she's like, I regret my decision so much. Tobey Maguire's crying face is on my face right now. And
so basically, is it like Wicked for Maleficent?
Yes, it's exactly
is
what
it
it
really?
is. It's exactly what it is. And now, when I say that, I actually liked the movie. I walked out and I went, oh, I liked that. But it wasn't what it was billed as. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of where I was let down because I wanted to see her be more of the Maleficent that I know versus more of this like anti-hero type Maleficent. And so that's the only part that I didn't really care for. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, but I love Maleficent the character. She was very scary when I was a little kid. Like her castle and the pig snouty things and like the whole 9 yards. I was very scared of that when I was a kid.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, but Disney. Let's just rattle them off. Get them off the
Shere
table.
Khan.
Ooh, interesting. Interesting.
Back to the big jungle cat.
Yeah.
Took a break with Maleficent, but now we're back. Yeah.
I'm gonna say Cruella. I'm gonna say Ursula.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. One more Disney. Pick one more.
Hopper.
Hopper?
No, I don't know. It was put on the spot. I really like Hopper that
Okay,
much.
no, I mean Hopper's pretty evil.
I know. I was put on the spot. Gaston, obviously.
Okay, Gaston.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
great
shoot.
screen villain.
See, you got
yeah,
Gaston.
yeah.
Boom. Okay.
In the world, no. I'm just not it at all.
Okay. Changing gears. Unless you have another.
No.
Okay.
No, I mean, I could go. We could do. Just
I mean,
the Disney
all of his
villains if
doing.
we
Yeah,
really
exactly.
wanted to. I mean, Raddington. That's my other one.
Raddington. That's
I
good.
actually
That's
almost
good.
put him on my wrist just because list
On my
Yeah,
wrist.
I almost got a tattoo of the giant rat from Great Mouse Detective.
Just
on my
so I
wrist.
wouldn't forget.
Yep, Raddington. I love that song.
Oh, you know who else?
Vincent Price. What?
What's his name from Pocahontas?
John Smith.
Nope, the bad guy from Pocahontas.
Oh,
dig and dig and dig and dig and dig. Yeah.
And dig. In 1607.
Yeah.
Anyway, I love that
Yeah.
movie. Don't tell me Governor Radcliffe.
Radcliffe. Yes.
I knew
Radcliffe.
yes.
I was like Raddington, Rat something, Radcliffe.
Radcliffe. Yeah, he's a good one.
Yeah,
I didn't
he's
think
good.
about him. That's true. I mean, we could do this all day, so let's not.
Let's not. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll close that off.
Do you want me to go or do you want to go?
All of the evil X's from Scott Pilgrim.
I almost said that, but I was like, they're more funny than. I mean, I have Dr. Evil on my list, but still.
But yeah,
Still. Okay.
all in their own way.
Okay. I'm going back to my punchability
Okay.
factor.
Yes.
Okay. Punchability. Emperor Commodus from Gladiator.
Oh.
He is a horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible man.
Oh yeah.
And I want to punch him in the face.
Mm-hmm.
It took me a long time to get over Joaquin Phoenix from that movie.
Yeah.
I really like Joaquin. He's a really good actor.
You can't see, but I'm giving you a thumbs down. Yeah.
And I throw my sword in the dirt and flip you off. Even though the only part of that scene was not true that I just said. I'll let you guess which one. I'll let you guess.
I'm gonna think really hard about that and come back to you.
Okay.
That's good. Yeah, Gladiators. Yeah, I haven't seen that in a long time.
Oh, I love that movie.
I haven't seen that in a really long time.
Love that movie. So good. So good. So good. Anyway. Okay. Your turn.
Okay, so I was watching TV and Titanic was on.
Oh my god, punchability factor.
Yeah, the iceberg, right?
Yeah, I want to punch it
my
so bad.
God.
But thanks to global warming, it won't hurt as much when I do now.
Right, and even if you did, like, you just be all that stuff is a polar bear sitting on it. Like, you don't want to punch polar bears.
No,
like,
you're right. I don't want to punch a polar bear. You're
and
right.
also deadly, but you know.
I know else I also want to punch in that movie?
Who?
Billy Zane.
Oh, him too. Yeah. I mean, I guess he's
movie
Oh.
villain. Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, that would be like I want to punch the cross in the Passion. You know, like it doesn't. Like,
Wow.
Yeah, I went. Yeah,
All
you
right.
knew how each one was going to end. It's not like it's not a mystery.
Wait. So did you?
Who walked into the Passion and was like, "Does Jesus die?" And who walked into Titanic going, "Is the iceberg gonna hit?"
So here's the story. So it was 1912, right? So in 2012, a bunch of like teenagers and like I guess mostly teenagers, like it was the 100th anniversary of the Titanic, and it was like in the news and everything, like, oh, today's the 100th anniversary of the Titanic, and like all these like teenagers on Twitter start tweeting like, wait, the Titanic was a true story? I had no idea. Who knew that? Like, wow.
Oh,
what an obscure,
my
like, I guess it's just like some
God.
obscure news story they decided to turn into a movie. Like, there were all these tweets. There was like BuzzFeed wrote articles about like, look at these 17 teenagers who didn't know the Titanic was real.
Oh my.
Yes. So
There's a video.
you joke, but
Yeah, and there's a video online of a guy walking around asking people in LA if they know who Hitler is. You would be amazed at the amount of people who don't know
What?
who he is. It's real.
like by name or like
by
picture?
name. He's like, can you tell me who Adolf Hitler is? Is that an actor?
What? But that's
the guy
LA.
no,
I
that's the guy with the mustache, right? He was a communist, right? Like, oh yeah, it's really bad. I can't remember the name of the video for the life of me, but it's bad. It's really bad.
Hitler in Downfall. That's my next villain.
Arguably, I know I almost said that, but I was like, just any Nazi in a movie ever.
Yeah, no Nazis.
Yeah, all the Nazis in Indiana Jones. They win. They're on my list. Just Nazis.
Yeah.
Move in there.
Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of Nazis, though, Colonel Hans Landa from Inglourious Bastards.
Oh, yes.
Punchability factor.
Through the roof.
Because he's also extremely fun to watch on screen. It's not just I hate you. It's like I want more of you.
Christoph Waltz always please these guys. I just want to punch them.
I know. Not all the time.
Django.
You wanted to punch him in Django?
Oh my god, yeah.
Why?
He has this because he's such a slippery, slick. So like
he's a bounty hunter.
Yeah, but he's not a nice dude.
Arguably, none of them are really nice.
Well, okay, fine, but he's always got this. I don't know. His character is just always deliciously evil.
I know.
Deliciously.
It's funny if you like watch interviews with him. He easily seems like the nicest person.
I
in the
know,
world.
and he's actually really good on SNL too when he hosted.
Well, was he?
Yeah,
I have to watch that.
Yeah,
that's good. All right, so that's Colonel Hans Landa, just because he's so watched. We watched the first 10 minutes of Inglourious Bastards. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Scene. Oh my god!
I'm not a huge Tarantino fan.
Yeah,
like some of his movies you can really take or leave.
Okay.
But that film is just primo to me. The
So
whole
good.
thing, how it starts so real and in such a parody. It's a great movie. Okay, I'm gonna switch gears. The Mummy from The Mummy. Hemotep. When I was a kid growing up, he was scary.
Yep.
And he was cool looking. He was powerful. Like
he's got all the.
He's got all of it. He's really got the whole works.
Do you want to punch him?
I think I'd be afraid to punch him.
I'd
be afraid to punch Colonel Hans Landa too.
Oh, well, true.
You know, but I would given the chance.
I would.
Not Christoph Waltz. I would not want to punch.
No,
Christoph
I'd buy
Waltz.
him a beer.
Yeah, absolutely. Or tea. Right now it's tea.
Or strudel.
Or both. Yeah.
Or strudel with cream.
Strudel. Oh, no strudel with cream.
The cream.
Oh, the cream. Oh, strudel. Okay. Now.
Not toaster strudel.
Not toaster strudel. No, it's the German. Okay, now it's your turn.
That's not funny. Yeah. No, okay. So, again, watching TV, and Lassie came on, and man, I hate that dog. Like more than what a punchability fact. No,
he pushed Timmy down the well.
He pushed. It was not a.
Yeah.
Come on, you think it's a coincidence?
Yes.
Dog always showing up at the right moment, saving the day. Yeah.
Who's the real bad guy in that movie? Will you just tell me? Because I've never actually seen the movie before.
I've never seen the movie. There was a show. I've
seen the show. I've never seen the movie.
No, I've never seen the movie.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the movie because this is a movie topic, Frank.
I wasn't. Do you think anything about that was serious?
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
I hit the dog. What a bad dog.
I just never mind. Never mind. If you saw who else is on my list, okay, so you want to know why I didn't know if you were serious or not because no one else is on my list?
What?
The Velociraptors from Jurassic Park.
Well, you already said the shark from Jaws.
I don't count that one.
Right.
He's defending himself because he's scared. They are
Velociraptors.
They are hunting them.
Okay.
They are clever girls.
Clever girl.
Clever girl.
All right.
Okay, yeah. They are clever. They are out there to kill. That is their main purpose.
That's true.
You could argue that the shark's main purpose is not to do that.
Okay, fair enough.
Know why I can argue that? Because you're more statistically likely to be killed by a cow than a shark.
Is that so?
That is so. And I don't know if that's just like because there are more cows than sharks. I'm not really sure where that statistic comes from. I just know that is one. There are no velociraptors around that I'm aware of. Oh, I have not been to Costa Rica. I could not check it out. And so, that being said, I don't know what velociraptors would really do. And so, they've created, Steven Spielberg created a monster version of the character of the dinosaur because they weren't really that big. So they're more like monsters. They're like the aliens from Aliens. They're like, they are that level of scary.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
My last one.
Okay.
Khan.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Which would just all Khans?
Well, Ricardo
Khan
Montalban.
Okay.
Ricardo Montalban specifically. No disrespect to Benedict Cumberbatch whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
But I got to go classic with this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was good. No, Khan almost made my list. I did put the Emperor on my list, but since we're doing last one, yeah. But yeah. So we could talk about Palpatine another time. Because he's great. My last one, Captain Tavington from The Patriot.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
that's good. That's a good movie. Yeah, I haven't watched that in a while.
I know.
Yeah.
Don't you just want it? Punchability.
Yep, totally.
Punch him in the face.
Totally.
Over and over and over again.
Yeah.
What a terrible, terrible man.
Yeah.
Jason Isaacs, a wonderfully kind human being.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But Captain Tavington, like,
Yeah.
what an
No,
awful,
good
man.
good choice.
Yeah, thank you.
Good choice.
Thank you. And so, if the movie villains want to hunt us down,
Yeah.
where can they find us?
Well, they definitely shouldn't email us at beerwithgeeks@gmail.com. Definitely should not leave us reviews on iTunes.
No,
you know,
only good people leave reviews.
because it definitely doesn't take them like 10 seconds to find us and then give us a 5-star rating. It definitely, so no. Even if they don't want to write anything, just give us a yeah, no, definitely, sure, they shouldn't do that. Or find us on Stitcher Radio, or, you know, follow us on Twitter at Beer with Geeks, or join the conversation on Facebook, you know, Beer with Geeks. They definitely should do none of those things.
Definitely.
Yeah, so I don't know where they should go, but they definitely shouldn't do any of that. All right, well,
and cool. See you
until next time.
Cheers.
This podcast is intended for entertainment and information purposes only. All character names, sound effects, and quotes are registered trademarks and/or copyrights of their respective trademark and copyright holders. All original content of this podcast is the intellectual property of Thought Bubble Audio Studios unless otherwise indicated.